So Neil, can you tell me about aTLarge Music Store?
aTLarge Music Store, otherwise a drum emporium. We've imported a lot of stuff from turn of the century, 1900s, right through to 1980s, 1990s, and a lot of the collectible kits out of the new millennium. I'm the drum tech here. I generally run the show as far as the drums are concerned. We do also have Aaron Miller. He's from New Zealand. He's a promotion guy from New Zealand. He's taking care of all the bookings and the guitars and pedals and so forth. But if you need to create a sound, if you've got a particular thing that you need in the studio, that's what I specialise in. Having looked after people from Peter Marin from the Road Traders right through to the Living End to Adam and the Ants only recently. So yeah, we're getting some really good feedback and things are looking really positive.
So whereabouts do you get a lot of your stock from?
Midwest in America, yeah. Funny enough that it was made in England and then a lot of the stuff ended up in America, and we do a lot of shopping in the States and bring it over by the container load, probably annually and biannually. We bring over small portions of containers over, whether it be cymbals or collectible parts or stuff from the 20s and 30s and 40s and 50s. For example, this kit that I'm playing, it's 1961 to 62. It's probably one of the most sought after in the world at the moment.
What makes these kits so sought after?
It's generally the timber. They're handmade in England back in the 50s and 60s by a company called Ludwig, and they basically started back in, I think it was 1865. I could be wrong, but they started making cellos, woodwind instruments, violins, and they moved into drums just at the turn of last century, and that's when you know, their sound started to develop. Yeah.
So these drum kits, are they from private sellers or from other companies? Or?
Both. Both. We can do, for example, from the Keller shells, the raw state, they're imported from the States in New York from Precision Drum Company. I can facilitate the full building of a kit from ground up, so thickness, style, colour, fittings, however the person may play, I try to set them up with exactly what they need. So we can do it right from the raw state, like the shells that you've seen in the shop, right through to customising something that's already vintage. The customer's broad. They come from the States. We import both the shells from a company in New York, as well as everywhere from Idaho to New Orleans to the Midwest. We get them wherever we can, whether they're private sellers or... But we have found that in America there are already collectors, and there's guys that do have quite good quality kits. You know, everything from transparent superphonics that John Bonham played to, you know, stuff that they used for Duke Ellington back in the 40s and 50s. There are guys in America that really do, they're more passionate about it than what we are, and they've got some very, you know, very good collections that we are trying to get hold of, you know, for our customers here in Australia.
Cool. Well, thanks for talking to us, and all the best.
No worries. Thank you very much. Cheers.